Hello, dear Leo. What if I told you that the universe has chosen August 1st through 3rd as your sacred window of transformation, and not just any transformation, but one that carries the vibration of immense wealth, purpose, and energetic breakthrough? This isn't another horoscope prediction. This is a cosmic call. And today's reading holds the map you've been searching for. Some doors only open once a year, and some only open when your soul is truly ready. This video is your invitation to walk through one of those rare, powerful gateways. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. Your presence here is a response to a deeper alignment. Something in your spirit, your fire, your hunger, your unshakable intuition has magnetized you to this very moment. And that, Leo, is the first sign that your millionaire breakthrough is closer than you think. In the next few minutes, we'll explore 3 cosmic signs that will appear between August 1st and 3rd. If you notice even one of them, it means the universe is not just whispering to you, it's roaring through your field, urging you to receive what you've been preparing for. Financial shifts. Emotional resurrection. A leap of faith. All of it is being written into your timeline right now. But let me ask you this: have you ever had a morning where you woke up, not tired, but electric, like something invisible had been recalibrated overnight? Have you felt the quiet confidence that today was different even before stepping out of bed? That's not imagination. That's divine preparation. And for you, Leo, this energy is not just coming, it's already here. The Sun, your ruling planet, is forming a sacred trine with Chiron in Aries during this window. This means you are being supported in healing your oldest beliefs around worth, wealth, and what you truly deserve. The energy of the past will no longer weigh down your brilliance unless you let it. This is a karmic release. A soul-level clearance. A rewriting of your internal code from scarcity to sovereignty. So before we go any deeper, take a moment to settle into your seat, into your heart, and into this moment of connection. This is not just a reading, this is a recalibration. I want you to know that you are safe here. You are powerful here. And most importantly, you are chosen not by me, but by the very forces of the cosmos that govern cycles of abundance and divine timing. Let me take a brief moment to offer my deepest gratitude for your presence here. Every view, every like, every comment, every subscription brings you deeper into our growing family here at Eternal Mindfulness. Your support is what fuels this sacred work and allows us to continue sharing these messages of healing and cosmic truth. And trust me, dear Leo, you will want to stay with me until the very last second of today's journey, because what the universe is about to reveal is nothing short of breathtaking. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What nudged you to click on this video today? Have you already begun to feel a shift in your energy, your dreams, or your inner knowing? Drop a comment below and let me know, because when you acknowledge the signs, you activate them even more powerfully in your field. Say it out loud or type it below: I claim my millionaire breakthrough. The path ahead is shimmering with potential. So breathe deeply, open your heart, and stay with me. Your breakthrough begins now. There is something sacred about the mornings that feel different, those rare dawns when you rise not from sleep, but from something deeper, as if a layer of your old self quietly dissolved overnight. For Leo, this experience between August 1st and 3rd is more than a feeling. It's an energetic reset that carries the signature of divine timing. You don't need to name it for it to be real. You simply know it in your bones. That knowing is not random. It is the ripple of a celestial alignment echoing through your nervous system, urging you to remember who you truly are. Astrologically, this phenomenon is connected to the sacred trine between the Sun, your ruling planet, and Chiron, the wounded healer. While many view Chiron as a source of pain, in this moment, Chiron acts as the quiet architect of transformation. It brings forward the parts of you that were once dimmed by rejection, fear, or perceived failure and invites them to step into the light. Not by force, but through resonance. The fire inside you doesn't rage, here it glows. It stabilizes. It tells you, you don't have to hustle to deserve. You already do. What makes this shift so powerful is that it's invisible to the outer world. On the surface, it may just seem like an ordinary day. But inside, the flame flickers to life. You may wake up earlier than usual, not out of restlessness, but because your body can no longer sleep through your own rising. You may catch a glimpse of your reflection and see a softness in your eyes that wasn't there yesterday, a clarity that feels like the fog has lifted. That's not just a mood. That is you tuning into your own frequency again. From the perspective of energetic healing, this is the moment when the heart and will begin to align. Leo's domain is the heart. It governs courage, creativity, and personal truth. But when the heart is burdened by old narratives, especially those around money, worth, and success, it becomes hesitant. What this alignment offers is a purification of those narratives. Think of it like a river that has been blocked by debris for years. Suddenly, the rocks move. The flow returns. And you feel yourself coming back to life, not in a dramatic explosion, but in a quiet clarity that changes everything. This awakening is not just for inspiration, it's preparation. When you feel that strange buzz in your chest, when you sense an urgency you can't explain, it is not anxiety. It is activation. The mind often interprets energetic expansion as nervousness, because it is unfamiliar. But if you breathe into it, place your hand gently on your heart, and simply ask, "What is waking up in me?" you'll find that your inner knowing has already answered. In teachings of deep awareness, it is said that clarity arises not from seeking, but from removing what obstructs the truth. You do not need to chase your breakthrough. You only need to notice the moment when your being says, "Now." August 1st to 3rd is not about dramatic change from the outside, it's about deep permission from within. The permission to feel worthy. The permission to rise without explanation. The permission to believe that what you desire is also desiring you. So if you felt that lightness in your chest, that voice inside that says, "I think something is shifting," trust it. You're not imagining it. You're remembering it. And in remembering, you begin to walk a new path, not just toward wealth, but toward inner sovereignty. If this resonates with you, I encourage you to comment below, "I have awakened with the light inside me." Because in saying it aloud, in sharing it with your community, you activate it even further and remind someone else that they're not rising alone. There's a quiet paradox in how abundance arrives. It doesn't always enter with fanfare or visible effort. Sometimes, it arrives like a gentle knock, unexpected, unannounced, and yet perfectly timed. Between August 1st and 3rd, Leo, your energetic field is tuned to receive what you once believed only came through sweat, sacrifice, or proof of worth. And that's what makes this moment so spiritually rich. The invitation is not to chase but to allow. In astrology, This phase mirrors the deeper lesson of your second house connected to finances, material possessions, but also the bedrock of self-worth. When external rewards begin to show up without your active pursuit, it's not coincidence. It's alignment. It's a reflection that your frequency has risen to meet what you once thought was out of reach. A check in the mail, a client returning, a job offer you didn't apply for. These are not lucky breaks. They are reflections of who you've become in silence. But here's where the internal challenge often surfaces. Many Leos, in their natural pride and lion-hearted work ethic, have been conditioned to believe that unless you've fought for something, bled for it, you haven't earned it. This belief is subtle but pervasive. I must prove I deserve. And yet, the deeper truth is this: real wealth does not ask to be proven. It responds to certainty. The moment you know you are worthy, not in your mind but in your body, is the moment abundance begins to orbit around you effortlessly. This is why the simple act of placing your hand on your heart and saying, "I receive this. I am worthy of this," carries such immense energetic power. You're not just speaking a sentence, you're rewriting your energetic script. It's a gesture that replaces years of quiet self-doubt with conscious affirmation. From the perspective of energy healing, the heart chakra governs not only love but the capacity to receive without guilt. When activated, it becomes a magnetic center for opportunity, support, and grace. In teachings of inner awareness, it is said that when a gift is offered, the first test is not whether you will open it but whether you will believe you're allowed to keep it. So many of us, Leo included, have developed a reflex of deflecting goodness. Compliments, blessings, or even financial windfalls are met with suspicion or the impulse to downplay them. But abundance is not sustained through self-dismissal. It flows where it is welcomed, where it is anchored, where it is honored. There's a deeper lesson in this as well. When the universe sends you something unexpectedly, it is not bypassing your effort, it is acknowledging your essence. It's seeing the invisible hours, the healing you've done in silence, the integrity you've held when no one was watching. The reward is not for your labor, Alanites, for your becoming. During this portal, wearing shades of royal purple or gold can support the energetic field of receptivity. These colors resonate with personal sovereignty and magnetism. Think of them not as fashion, but as frequency. Each tone signals your subconscious that you are stepping into the realm of earned majesty, the wealth that flows from within first. So if something surprising crosses your path this week, pause. Take that breath. Place your hand on your chest and allow yourself to receive, not with apology, not with skepticism, but with quiet confidence. And if this has happened to you before, if you've received something that made you question whether you truly deserved it, I invite you to share your story below. Because when you speak your truth into a sacred space, you not only anchor your own energy, you light the way for someone else to receive too. There comes a moment in every transformative cycle when the next step reveals itself not through logic, but through a quiet inner trembling. For Leo, between August 1st and 3rd, that moment may not look grand or obvious on the outside. It might arrive as a conversation you didn't expect, a message that catches you off guard, or an opportunity you've secretly longed for but that simultaneously terrifies you. And that's the point. The trembling is not a sign of weakness. It is the pulse of life reminding you that this next move is not about being prepared, it's about being willing. In astrology, moments like this often emerge when fire signs are called to evolve from ego-driven confidence into soul-aligned courage. Leo, being ruled by the sun, knows how to shine, but this invitation asks you to glow from a deeper place. This isn't about performance or power. This is about trust. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will never wait for you to feel 100% ready. Readiness is an illusion. The truth is, readiness is often revealed only after you leap. The essence of this third sign is simple but profound. You will be given a chance to do something that feels slightly bigger than the version of you you've been living. It might be applying for a position that stretches you. It might be investing in something your heart believes in, even when your mind demands guarantees. It might be saying yes to a relationship that feels realer and deeper than what you've experienced before. Whatever it is, it will come with a test, one that whispers, "Are you brave enough to choose expansion over comfort?" What most people misunderstand about risk is that it's not about recklessness. True risk is sacred. It's a space where you willingly leave behind what no longer resonates, even if it's familiar. In teachings of mindful awareness, it is said that fear is a threshold, not a wall. The discomfort you feel in the face of this cosmic invitation is not a signal to retreat, but a confirmation that something meaningful is at stake. Your old patterns cannot guide you here. Only presence can. From a vibrational perspective, courage is magnetic. It sends out a signal that says, "I am ready to meet what I desire halfway." And that's when unseen forces begin to rearrange around you. The people you need, the resources you didn't know existed, the inner clarity you thought was missing, it all begins to flow after the yes. But that first yes must come from you, and only you. That's why the universe won't shove you through the door. It will hold it open and watch. Your decision is the key. This moment isn't about gambling, it's about resonance. If something shows up that both excites and scares you, trust that it's not random. Trust that it's tailor-made for the version of you that wants to emerge. You don't need a 5-year plan. You don't need a perfect pitch. You just need to say, "I'll try." And that one brave choice, however small, becomes the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. If right now, you are standing in front of a possibility that feels both beautiful and overwhelming, honor that. You're not brokenary breaking through. And if this speaks to you, I invite you to affirm it out loud or write in the comments below, "I am ready to say yes to my destiny." That sentence might be the most important thing you declare this week. Because sometimes, the universe doesn't respond to questions, it responds to courage. Rituals, when practiced with intention and presence, are more than symbolic gestures, they are energetic agreements between your inner being and the field of possibility surrounding you. This particular ritual, designed for Leo during the potent portal of August 1st through 3rd, is not about performing a script. It is about anchoring a frequency. It is about entering into conscious dialogue with your own future and declaring, without hesitation, that you are ready to receive what has always belonged to you at a soul level. Each evening, as the day softens into night and your mind begins to quiet, you are given a sacred opportunity to redirect your energy. Lighting a candle isn't about fire. It's about illumination. It signals to your nervous system and your subconscious that something important is taking place, that you are stepping into a different relationship with life. When you hold that flame in your awareness, even for a few seconds, you are training your consciousness to seek clarity over confusion, presence over noise, and vision over fear. The act of placing your hand on your heart is a gesture so simple, yet so powerful, because it calls your awareness back to the center of all knowing. The heart doesn't argue. It doesn't rationalize. It simply recognizes what's true. When you speak your affirmation, I am a Leo millionaire. I am ready, worthy, and open to receive my financial breakthrough, you are not pleading. You are aligning. You are shifting your identity from someone who hopes, to someone who embodies. From someone who wishes, to someone who claims. Writing your declaration each night is not about repetition, it's about grounding. Thought alone is air. Speech is fire. But writing, especially by hand, brings your intention into the realm of earth. It gives structure to the intangible. It says to the universe, this is no longer a passing idea. This is now part of my foundation. This practice is a form of right effort, meaning not striving harder, but aligning your energy with deeper clarity and purpose. The deeper reason rituals like this work isn't because of what they change around you, it's because of what they change within you. When practiced consistently, they reduce the distance between the future you desire and the person you are today. You begin to walk, speak, and act from the place where that reality already exists. And from that alignment, the law of attraction doesn't just respond, it magnetizes. You stop chasing. You start drawing. In teachings of liberation, there's a principle that says, when you remove what obscures your natural state, truth reveals itself. In the same way, this ritual isn't about adding more layers, it's about shedding resistance. Each breath, each word, each flame becomes a quiet dismantling of fear, doubt, and inherited beliefs about scarcity. And in that release, what remains is not emptiness, it is space. Space for wealth, for new opportunity, for your full radiance to unfold. So if you've done this ritual, or even if you're about to, I encourage you to share your experience in the comments. Not because you need validation, but because your voice activates energy. Your words remind others that they are not alone in their becoming. And you never know how your courage to affirm yourself might spark someone else's awakening. When enough hearts speak the same language of readiness, something begins to shift, not just in individual lives, but in the collective frequency. So speak it. Write it. Embody it. August 1st through 3rd is when I chose to live my millionaire destiny. Say it every night, not to convince the world, but to remind yourself, the future you want is already within you, now awakened, now in motion. Awareness is powerful, but action is what breathes life into awareness. You can feel the shift, recognize the signs, perform the rituals, but without a tangible step, the momentum dissolves like mist in morning light. Between August 1st and 3rd, the universe is offering you a rare energetic alignment, but it's not passive. It's participatory. You are being asked to meet your future halfway, not with grand gestures, but with a single deliberate act that whispers, I am no longer waiting. This part of the journey requires courage, not the loud kind, but the quiet, steady kind. The courage to answer the email you've left unsent because you're afraid of the response. The courage to share your idea, not because it's perfect, but because it's ready to live. The courage to reach out to the person who lingers in your energy, not because you're sure what they'll say, but because the connection matters. These are not small things. These are openings. And openings are sacred. Every action carries a vibration. When it comes from a place of aligned intention, even the smallest choice becomes a catalyst. In energy work, we often talk about the domino effect, not just in circumstance, but in consciousness. One act of bravery, no matter how subtle, sends ripples through the unseen structures of your reality. The law of attraction does not only respond to desire, it responds to movement. It responds to demonstration. And the universe cannot bring to you what you continually postpone. Numerology offers us further guidance here. The 1st of August carries the essence of the number 1, the initiator, the leader, the one who dares to begin. It's the energy of saying yes to something without needing anyone else's approval. The 2nd day vibrates with the number 2, the harmonizer, the connector, the one who understands that no dream becomes real in isolation. It's the energy of reaching out, forming alliances, and trusting in reciprocity. The 3rd day is guided by the number 3, the creative, the expressive, the one who brings forth joy through courageous expansion. It invites you to share, launch, and illuminate. These aren't just symbolic numbers, they're energetic themes. So take a moment and ask yourself, which of these frequencies am I being called into? Is today the day I begin something long delayed? Or is today the day I extend a hand, open a conversation, or offer a collaboration? Or maybe, today is when I finally allow my voice, my art, my message to be seen. Whatever it is, the act does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be true. In the teachings of mindful living, there is a principle that says realization without practice leads to stagnation. Knowing is not enough. Feeling is not enough. Even belief is not enough. You must take one step, even if it's trembling, even if it's imperfect. Because in that step, something activates. It's like lighting the fuse to a long-awaited series of synchronicities, people, opportunities, and inner breakthroughs that have been orbiting your field, just waiting for your signal. If you've already taken a step, however small, name it. Write it in the comments below. I have acted. I am in the millionaire flow. By doing so, you reinforce that you are no longer watching your life from the sidelines. You are living it. And if you haven't taken that step yet, that's okay. Just know this, your willingness is the starting point. So choose one action today. Commit to it. Trust that the ripple will find its way back to you in ways more magical than you can predict. Because it will. It always does. And now, Leo, we arrive at the closing breath of this journey, but not the end. Because truthfully, everything we've explored together in this video was never meant to stay here on a screen. It was meant to live inside you. To stir something awake. To remind you that your next chapter isn't waiting in the distance, it's already at the door. The question is, will you answer? You don't need anyone's permission to succeed. You don't need to prove yourself to deserve more. The only thing you need is the willingness to believe that you are already enough, already ready, already aligned with the version of you that wealth, opportunity, and freedom have been seeking. The only thing left is to say yes clearly, deliberately, even if your voice shakes a little. This portal from August 1st to 3rd is not just a window of luck. It's a conversation between you and the universe. One that opens only once this year. One that whispers, you were made for more, but will you claim it? If you ignore it, the energy will move on. But if you rise, if you act, receive, and declare, you'll never return to the smaller version of your life. You'll step into your millionaire timeline not because it was handed to you, but because you aligned with it. And maybe that starts with something as simple as saying it out loud. So I ask you, right here and right now, what are you ready to claim? What action are you being guided to take, even if it scares you? What story will you no longer repeat? Drop a comment below, affirm it into the world. I choose my millionaire breakthrough. That sentence isn't just a phrase. It's a promise you make to yourself, and a frequency that echoes into the field around you. Thank you so much for spending this sacred time with me. Your presence here means more than you know. Every like, every comment, every subscription is not just support, it's a ripple of alignment that helps this community grow, evolve, and rise together. From my heart to yours, thank you. Thank you for being a part of eternal mindfulness. Thank you for showing up for yourself, and for the light you bring into the world. And please remember, you are never alone on this path. Every step you take, someone else is walking beside you. Maybe not physically, but energetically, we are in this together. We rise together. We receive together. Under the light of the sun, your ruling star, you are being called home to yourself. So if this message has stirred something in you, stay with it. Rewatch the parts that resonated. Share it with someone you know is ready too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Eternal Mindfulness to stay connected with this community of seekers, creators, and believers just like you. Because the doors of destiny don't knock forever, but when they do, they knock for the bold. And Leo, you were never born to live small. You were born to blaze. Let this be your moment. Let this be the beginning.